Hi, I want to talk to you about some really important spices that need to be in some way part of our daily routine. And they're amazing. Of course, there's turmeric, there's ginger, there's cinnamon, but you want the Ceylon cinnamon, and then there's sea salt. All really, really important. So what I do with this is the fresh cinnamon, turmeric. It's so neat. It's like these little fingers, okay? And I love fresh. Fresh is always better. Okay, we have some teas and stuff, but fresh is always the most medicinal. That's what you want. And ginger's getting pretty easy to find. You can get a powder, and I have this really good powder, Navitas. It's really good quality, okay? And I do that all the time. You know, you want to go for quality. And they have a nice little recipe right here on the back to make a drink that I love to do before I go to bed. I find it very relaxing with nut milk, some cinnamon, some turmeric. Just lovely turmeric milk, but not dairy, nut milks, plant milks. So this is the cinnamon powder. This is the real root. Beautiful color. You know, you cut it open and it's this beautiful orange. Now I eat this, okay, straight. I eat a finger a day. So you eat it, it's like a carrot, but it's softer than a carrot. And has a little bit of a crunch, very nice. So I will finish that. This is for immunity, aches and pains, arthritis. You do not have to buy the expensive supplements. They can be really expensive, I know. Powder, the fresh has the curcumin that you want in it, okay? It's in the plant, the whole plant. And this isn't a root. These are rhizos, which grow together. Sort of, the ginger's the same thing. They just grow along, create new ones. Beautiful, beautiful. So these all lower the cinnamon, ginger, and the turmeric lower bad cholesterol. Okay, immunity. Like I said, they're anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antimicrobial. Ginger is antifungal. Our nation is really, because of all the sugar, real big fungal nation. So this is, I have it like that. I like to have a drink at night. You can put the powder in your smoothie in the morning. Great way to get it. It's something to have every day. Even in, remember Dr. Gerber's book, How Not to Die, I think it is. It's a good book. It means how not to die before your time, basically. I think he suggested the powder every day. I think it was a half teaspoon, but I go for a teaspoon myself. But I do like eating the fresh like this. It's really nice. So many benefits, so many studies done on turmeric. I gave it to Bree because there was also an antispasmodic, and so like for seizures, I'd give it in her smoothie every day. So I think there's like 175 studies of just the real uses and like another 600 studies generally about this. I mean, these are age-old spices. They've been around. This is medicinal, okay? This is, you know, turmeric for aches and pains. Also turmeric. It's very interesting in India, where turmeric is found and where there's the most turmeric used, has the lowest rates of mental, cognitive ability worldwide. So like when you think that we're going to be 1 out of 1 of dementia and everything, turmeric is a good one to get into your daily as a preventative. I'm a big preventative person. That's how Bree lived so long, and if I had have known certain things, she would still be alive. if I had known about iron, I really feel she would still be alive. So preventative is so huge, you know, and that's not what we're doing. We're band-aiding ourselves with medication, drugs, you know, and so getting to the root, giving the body what it needs to heal itself, because the body puts up with so much from us. Ginger is a great one for better digestion. It also comes in these little ginger chews that people use a lot because so many people have digestive issues. It is also, you know, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antimicrobial, and I like to make a juice also for the evenings where I just, I take like 4 cups of water. I take about, I grate this, I grate the ginger to peel it. That's why I've peeled it a bit to show. I've got a little ginger grater, grate it, squeeze out the juice, a tablespoon of juice to 4 cups of water. You can, if you want, add like some maple syrup or some honey. I don't do honey because I'm vegan, but I would do some maple syrup and a little bit of lime juice in that. Wow, that warm it up, and that's enough for a couple of nights because 4 cups probably, you know, if you have a cup, that's enough for 3 nights easily. A good cup full of it. Great for your digestion. Great for, you know, oh my God. Like I said, lowering cholesterol, and I'll get to some more notes on this. Definitely ginger. Cinnamon. Now, these are the cinnamon sticks, which I'm all sure you're familiar with. Cinnamon comes from a tree, and they go under the bark, and it comes out as curls. Okay, so that's like the cinnamon sticks, which is ground into the powder. This is something I put in my smoothies every day too. Remember cinnamon toast? Yeah, but you want the Ceylon cinnamon. That is the one that has, it's a particular molecule in it that is the lowest amount. The CASA, I think it's the CASSIA1, is too high to have on a regular basis. So you want this one, okay? A little bit more expensive, but it goes a long way. You know, if you're putting, you know, half a teaspoon or a quarter of a teaspoon in your smoothie, this is gonna go a long way. Then of course we all need salt, but not table salt. Table salt will cause, too much of it will cause high blood pressure. It's bleached, it's diluted. It's definitely don't want table salt. It's a world of difference between a good sea salt and table salt. And by the way, when you do have your salt, you want it in a sealed container. I always keep it in a little glass container like this next to the stove. So this will not raise your blood pressure. You never, all of these you use, they're spices. You know, they're not main foods. And 2 that I like is the Celtic one. This is all harvested by hand and wooden tools. It's a really, really nice quality sea salt. I also, there's one I don't have called SI salt, S and I, the letter I salt, which I like. This is a Maine sea salt from Maine. So, you know, the color of sea salt, like the Himalayan pink salt, is because, like, sea salt, of course, comes from the ocean, and the Himalayan did too, back when that area was underwater, you know, like millions of years ago. But it takes on the color of the water around it. So the Himalayan comes from caves, so it's taking on that. That's the pink color where it comes from. I've had people prefer one or the other. I generally go for sea salt. Maybe it's just habit because I've been eating the sea salt for at least 40 years. So it might be that. Some people didn't react well to the Himalayan. So, you know, it's everything. You've got to try things out and see. So the other thing I wanted to mention too is you can get, like, these 2. This is a nice organic India, nice product. It's a ginger turmeric tea. That could be something you could have at work, during the day, I'm just thinking. And then this one is also a turmeric ginger. This one's more expensive. It was on sale today, like at half price, so I got it. But both nice. So you can do things like that and look for them. But these are important spices to get in daily. And I'm just going to go to my notes because I want to make sure you understand how important these are. And I just don't remember everything. I remember a lot of it though. Oh, these, very important. Cancer doesn't like these, okay? Doesn't like it at all. So these are toxic to cancer, which, hey, we love. So all three of those are. And, muscles, joints, arthritis, it's a painkiller. There you go, okay? This is good for brain function, indigestion. It actually is more effective than Dramamine for motion sickness. And I will put a couple of the dosages, the general suggested dosages for these on a daily basis. Good for teeth, gum issues, bone health, morning sickness. Actually, for morning sickness, it was better than the drugs they use because the drugs they use could cause birth defects. So that one's huge. Ceylon, Ceylon, cinnamon, is really interesting. It reduces the formation of free radicals that cause cancer. So cancer doesn't like this. I will also tell you the storage for it. The sticks 1 year, the ground 6 months. People keep your herbs and spices for years. Throw them out. They're no good. They're dead. Okay? You're supposed to be using these, Don't just have a whole bunch that so many people have seen this. I mean, literally years have been sitting there. So please, either just the ones you use every day. These you want to use every day, for sure. And this is on the ongoing about, your foods are your medicine. There's no side effects. That's what you need. So just smelling cinnamon boosts brain activity. So how nice is that? So now the sea salt has 82 nutrients and it's high in magnesium. Forgot to mention that. Good for hair growth. Strengthens the hair follicles. Contributes to having a good electrolyte balance. Helps store the body's store of serotonin, which is for calming and depression. Very important hormones. And I am a low salt person for sure. I've been since I started macrobiotics in the 80s. I'm dating myself here. But I am so grateful to this way of life, the way I feel. People are surprised. I get down and I love sitting on the floor cross-legged, and friends of mine who are like, a lot younger than I am, at least 10 years younger, just go, oh my God, I sit cross-legged in a chair on the floor. I spent 37 years on the floor with my daughter. It's home to me, and to Indigenous people too, so I feel good that I can do that. I'll be in a bookstore and down sitting next to the book I'm reading or checking out, to see if I want it or not. And people have walked by and said, oh my God, if I got down there, I never could get up. We need to be all through our lives, be able to get up and down and move and function. That's what is meant to be. But food is thy medicine. It is, I keep going back to that. That's what the father of medicine said. And it so saddens me to see how that has gone by the way. But Actually, what I should do one time is I have a list of plant-based doctors, vegan doctors. You can find them on YouTube. Check out movies like The Game Changer, Forks Over Knives. You can just go on YouTube and type in plant-based documentaries, and you'll find a whole bunch. It's a great way to learn, easy, just watch. Great way to be motivated. You know, with all the negativity going on, first of all, I highly suggest you don't watch the news. It's all about fear and frightening. And you know, you control people when you have them so afraid. I've been afraid. You know, it's awful. And you control people because they'll do whatever you tell them to do. Except, you know, for my daughter, she taught me well to fight for her. So I've fought for years when she was alive for her well-being. You can have, you know, it's not overnight. Nothing is. Except sometimes trauma and tragedy, like people's houses burning down or their children passing away. But as far as we've taken so many years to get our bodies to a place where they're not able to support us anymore because we've treated them badly, we've abused them. So this is a way to come back, and I am so grateful because I know I wouldn't be able to think as clearly, to function as well, there's no way without having lived a drug-free, medication-free life. And but you have to, you know, it doesn't come through processed and fast food, and it comes from learning. And this is easy. So I'll end with the fact that my supper. Let me get it here. My supper tonight, after I finish this, is I made a rice, and I'll put this rice recipe in the description. It was basmati rice. There's some turmeric in here. There's some ginger in here. Of course, there's some sea salt in here. There's some walnuts, some cranberries. All of that is in there. So I've used, you know, 3 of the 4 ingredients in here with my supper. And that's an easy way to do it. And it's so medicinal. I have some red cabbage kraut, sauerkraut. Always have a couple of tablespoons on my plate at supper every night. This is a sea vegetable dish here with arame and red cabbage sauteed in toasted sesame oil. And here I have some green salad underneath, and on top are my own sprouts that I always am making. And this is Chinese radish, so that'll be my supper. And, you know, with the walnuts and the rice, that's complete protein, so I'm fine. Just because people always go, where your protein? Protein's in your leafy greens, mostly. It's the most absorbable one. So please consider, you know, turmeric every day. You know, take it in a drink, a tea, or just like I'm doing, I'm just going to eat that raw piece of it. Ginger is a great way to have a nice hot drink with it. You also have ginger tea. Also, these are great, you know, you take them to work or at night, at least you're getting some of both of them. Cinnamon, I put in my green smoothies. That's the place I put it most. But you could do a gluten-free piece of bread with some cinnamon on it, toast it and put some cinnamon on it, why not? You know, I make a banana ice cream, just frozen bananas. I put some cinnamon in there, just some ideas. And of course, sea salt. We know we have to have some salt every day. It alkalines the whole body. And please, no table salt. No table salt. It's just not good for your health, okay? Only thing I can think of using it is maybe in like Epsom salt, sea salt, baking soda bath. But, you know, our skin absorbs. You know, it's the biggest organ. So that I'm really hesitant for any table salt, you know. Because you're going to absorb it, which is still not going to be good for you. So please, I will have that nice rice dish that I'm looking forward to right now in the description. It's a fun one, and it's a great way that you can have 3 out of 4 of these ingredients in it. You know, what a great way to just know you have it. Until the next time, I appreciate your support. I appreciate that you subscribe and like, and I still work slowly at getting questions answered, and I'm doing it slowly but surely. Thank you, and until the next time.